Since her birth, the girl awakens two special abilities, one of which is the ability to see the red threads on people's heads. At first, she is not sure of the meaning of the threads, until the threads on her father's head turn into 5, which she can neither touch nor pull, so she draws what she sees in a picture book. However, when the mother saw the red threads attached to her husband's and her best friend's heads, she killed her husband, who was a model for others. Although it was not clear why, she put all the blame on her own head. If she had not seen the red line, it seemed that the tragedy would not have happened. Since then, she has shut herself up in her house and has never taken half a step out of her room for more than 10 years. The girl's name is Mina, and she has even covered all the windows with paper shells in order not to see those pesky red lines. But even though the real world ones can be escaped, the ones above people's heads in the TV set are still obvious, so she wears sunglasses at all times. Mina's second ability is immortality. Her mother chose to commit suicide after killing her father. But the immensely remorseful woman tried everything, and each time she would come back to life after a moment of pain. After a long time, she resolved that since she had survived, she would at least figure out why the threads were created, who made them, who else in the world could see them besides her, and most importantly, how to lift this curse. That night, Mina was watching TV as usual. The news was urgently broadcasting a murder case. She was shocked to find out that there was a man wearing a motorcycle cap hiding where no one else could see and eavesdropping. Knowing that although hundreds of them on the top of the head were rare, the ones that had and only had one line belonged to the rare ones, so it immediately attracted Mina's attention. Just then, the roar of a motorcycle resounded through the silent night, and Mina immediately peeled back the paper shell and clearly saw a man wearing a motorcycle cap and with only one thread on his head, who seemed to be the murderer who appeared in the news. Into the house across the street, she immediately pulled out the phone ready to call the police. However, just halfway through the words before reacting to the motorcycle man and the owner is a couple. It's worth noting that as the two begin to get close, there's an extra line on the man's head, meaning that the red line that's been tormenting Mina isn't just an obscure special being, and she finally understands why her mother stabbed her father to death when she saw the painting. Early the next morning, Constable Donwook receives a call from a colleague that someone called the police last night to provide information about a motorcycle cap, which coincidentally was positioned right across the street from his house. Donwook hears this and immediately arrives at Mina's doorstep. However, to Mina's horror, the kid has tens of thousands of Shinkansen on his head.